Good afternoon, I'm Kemi Olunloyo. It's 12 noon. On the 2nd of December 2019 in Lagos, Nigeria, a lot of you have been waiting to hear from me on why Sega Link and I really joined together and partner in the fight for advocacy within the police force and in the community as general, private, public sector, government, whatnot. I'm an activist. I'm a globally recognized activist in US, Canada. In Canada, I fought against gun violence. In America, I fought against drugs and also a lot of gang violence. Okay, I'm known in both countries very well. I lived 35 years in both countries. Now, it's very important to know that while I was in America, the President of the United States, Bill Clinton, gave me an honor. Okay, the White House Volunteer Honors, as well as Governor Paris Glendening of Maryland for the state of Maryland, as well as Mayor Kurt Schmoke and County Executive for Baltimore County, Dutch Rupersberger. You may not know who these people are, but you can Google them. These are big government officials, okay? Congressman Elijah Cummings that died a couple of weeks ago, okay, as well as Senator Barbara Mikulski, Senator Ben Cardin, Congressman Elijah Cummings, and Kwesi Mfume all sponsored my green card when I applied for it in the 90s because of that work I did in drug abuse, prevention with the youth, and gang violence. I'm well known in the United States and Canada. I'm in Nigeria now. This is my country. And I'm ready to fight for the youth here, and I've been doing it. But there's so many deaf ears out there that don't know a clue of what's going on. And many of them are in the government. I came to Sega Link. We have been enemies. I have never met Segun Awosanya in person. But we have been enemies on social media. Social media breeds this kind of things. Because of a case in 2016 that most of his youth followers don't even know anything about. It happened. A lawmaker came to me, Abdulmumin Jibrin, okay, in the House of Reps. Jibrin said, and it's not just me, he went to Ogundamisi or Amajua and others. He wanted us to expose Segalink for a lie, okay? I needed to know concrete facts because Amajua and Ogundamisi are not journalists. I'm an investigative journalist. The facts was that he said that the lawmaker had houses, properties, and money in British money, pounds, in accounts abroad. There was a budget padding scandal, and everybody knows about that. Dogara was the leader of the House. Jibrin was suspended, and he claimed that people were defaming him, lying on him. I wanted the facts. One of the facts that Jibrin gave me was a DM that Sega Link sent him. In that DM, he said that he asked him for money, and that if you don't give me that money, blah, 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 I will expose everything you have. So it sounded like blackmail. Okay, I got the DM. The DM was not exactly what I told you just now. It was like in the tone of, hey, look, I can help you, get some information out if you give me the right information. Basically, I looked at that DM again this morning, the 2nd of December, and it looked like Segalink himself as an investigator was trying to find facts. But I also heard what the lawmaker said, and I said to the lawmaker, rather than call Segalink, I don't like phone calls when I'm engaging people. As a journalist and an investigative one, when you call somebody and you tell them exactly who you are, that's when they hang up on you. And the minute they hang up on you, you can't get the facts anymore. So I wanted to engage Sega Link, and I told Jibrin, okay, I do a lot of work as a social manager on social media. And I told him, that is, Mr. Jibrin, that I'm going to engage him on a live Twitter chat. I went live on Twitter in 2016. 2017 is when the Twitter live was done, but in 2016, the case of the budget padding started right around that November, December area, 3 years ago. So in January, I tweeted Sega Link live, asking him the very same questions that the others have asked him. And I said, tell me, okay, who are you working for? Sega Link kept saying that Jibrin, that Dogara hasn't paid him, and he's a private investigator working for the people. I said, okay, yeah, private investigators don't work for the people. Yes, they do, but they still have to get paid. How do you get paid? Who gives you money? Or in Nigeria, as Naira Marley will say, Olil everybody. Who is sponsoring you? Okay? Some of the lawmakers in the House of Reps at that time, I want to keep their names secret. You know who they are. They backed Jibrin and were not happy about the suspension. And some of them said this same Sega Link has been paid to destabilize the Nigerian police. Okay? Was he paid to destabilize the Nigerian police by Dogara? I contacted Dogara. the former speaker. Speaker Dogara did not reply me. He did not confirm or deny. When a newsmaker does not confirm or deny something, doesn't mean they're lying. They don't have to answer a journalist. Okay? It's nice to confirm that it's a lie or deny it, but he didn't. At the same time, that doesn't give me the authority to conclude what I need to conclude. There are allegations. Even Jibrin's thing with Sega Link are allegations. And even what Sega Link said. Sega Link tweeted extensively, and at the point he was tweeting, this is why I was avoiding calling him then. At one point while he was tweeting, he got very upset and he started abusing me. He actually said something of the sort like, I'm Jibrin's grandmother. He sent you. He's probably paid you 25 million. Some huge amount in millions like that. I said, I wish, you know? So Sega Link himself felt I was sponsored to tarnish him. At the end of the tweet thing, there was no answer. I couldn't get the answer I wanted. But the lawmaker was watching the tweet thing and said, you know, he wouldn't be straightforward. That's why, you know, he's still a liar. I didn't conclude anything. Okay, nobody asked me to conclude anything. But I'm going to tell you right now, the facts and findings, 3 years later, as this case comes forward, and I'm looking at Sega Link and what he's doing with the police, they said he destabilized. He's actually fighting for the people. He's actually fighting for so many cases, and the SARS issue is a very big bother. Okay, I can raise my own voice and everything, but at the end of the day, there are facts here. Okay, I have seen a lot of young people killed. I've seen Kolade come from South Africa killed in a football parlor, one of those. I have seen Malik Mashoud killed yesterday, or day before yesterday, by police, trigger happy. I have seen those armed robbery boys who took the iPhone, handcuffed them, and they've been disarmed. They were killed extrajudicially out of that yellow damper. We all saw the video after the police reform bill was passed. Yes, indeed, one officer doesn't have to make the whole force look bad, but there are officers who are making the force look bad. I am a Toronto police volunteer. I was. 2007 to 2012 when I was with the police. Now, you guys know why they deported me from Canada. I told Prime Minister Harper to stop designing gun laws meant to kill black children. I worked on the side with the police as a community police volunteer, CPLC. The Community Police Liaison Committee are a group of community people who check on the community for the police. So we're kind of like police in the community. Some of us wear uniforms, auxiliary police. Others just come to the meetings and talk about everything. I sit in the CPLC meeting in Toronto Police every month in 12th Division, asking neighborhood people that come, the public is invited. Have you checked your son's bed? Inside the mattress, outside the mattress? Have you checked whether there's a gun? Is that gun registered or it's been used to kill somebody? How many people has that gun killed? This is my job, to make sure the community is working well. I did all that for Toronto Police. My grandfather, the first deputy IGP in Nigerian Police Force, when the IGP was an Oyibo man. He retired in 1951 and became chief whip of the Western House of Assembly. A lot of you look at my father as the governor. It's not the father's side that's just popular in the Olunloyo family. The Akinyemi is Chief Samuel Akinyemi, my mother. And today I can say that my grandfather, okay, was the father of a former First Lady, Funlayo Olunloyo, the grandfather of the outgoing and past Attorney General of Oyo State. Yes, Shewa Bimbola, the Commissioner for Justice of Oyo State that just left with Ajimobi, is my first cousin. His mother and my mother are sisters. And of course, he's also the grandfather to the great journalist of Nigeria, Kemi Olunloyo, myself, investigative journalist. I have a good law enforcement background. With Shewa and I, you know, if my grandfather could see us now, we know how to investigate. It's very important. There are many friends I've lost because of this line of work that I do. I have lost a lot of people. You just ask Tiwa Savage, who keeps coming to my DM and telling me, Auntie Kemi, keep your head up. Yesterday, Tiwa Savage spoke to me and said, just go for your peace and happiness in 2020. Don't kill yourself over anybody. Everybody's got to do their job. She has a lot of haters too. Look at that radio station talking about her, and they didn't know that the microphone was still on. So at the end of the day, I do have a very big law enforcement background. Okay? I know what I'm doing. And people don't like me. I have a lot of enemies. So when Sega Link published that information that I'm wanted in America or Canada or something, this was stuff he found on the internet too. He had no idea that there were no such cases anymore. And one of the things that Sega and I talked about was that, why didn't you call me? It was the same thing I told him. Why didn't you call me? And the same thing he said, why didn't you call me during the Jibrin? Everybody's scared to call everybody because of hang-ups. And maybe we get each other's attention on social media. At the end of the day, guys, Sean McQuaid was a Canadian who made up a lot of things about me. Oh, I'm a wanted criminal. I poisoned children in the pharmacy, blah, 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 blah. Sean was tracked by the Toronto police, arrested and locked up, prosecuted and everything. At the end of the day, Sega didn't know that. So yes, when he called me a recidivist, I'm on the run, I can't get into US, Canada, I said, for where? My kids are Americans, they live over there. My children are 33, 28, and 19. My 19-year-old is Rich KJT, he's here in Nigeria, and most of you know him. At the end of the day, people, wake up. Wake up to know the truth, okay? When Jibrin sued Segalink for $3 billion this year, I contacted Jibrin twice. He did not respond. He knows why he didn't respond. Jibrin knows how to get me. I know how to get him. All his DMs, he didn't respond. I cannot make him respond. Because my plan was to help and put my voice in what is going on with Segalink and the activism. The fact is that the problem in the police is known by the authorities as one of the resultant neglect of years. No one is sponsoring and ruining the police. I didn't say Jibrin said that. Other lawmakers said that. I don't want to mention their names. Some of them are not even in the house anymore. No one is sponsoring or ruining the police. Okay, there are no external factors. There are internal failure in the police as a government agency. And some of those internal failures are corroborated by government. If a lawmaker goes out there and gets drunk, will the police arrest them versus you getting drunk? No. We know these things. We want to make the police a modern department. And we've told you consistently that we don't want one officer to make it bad for all the others. Sega Link's foundation, I investigated very well. SIAF, Social Intervention Advocacy Foundation, and his NSARS Advocacy. It is working. It is only bridging the gap, okay, and helping the police to navigate the way out of this crazy system of over 70 years. And this system started as a good system under the British and my grandfather as deputy IGP. Okay? Yes, Jibrin contracted us to find out information. I don't work for free on social media and I would never be bribed. My father said, my daughter can never be bribed. If you have assassins, Kemi has her own assassins. That's what my father told Punch in 2013. By the way, I don't have assassins. I have boys that work for me. I'm laughing here in my car. And at the end of the day, Yahoo activist, all these things I heard, he's not. Sega is not a Yahoo activist. He's a real activist. What Segun Awusonya is doing looks like exactly what I was doing. Putting my life on the line in U.S. East Baltimore, all the drugs. The fight between the drug dealers caused gang violence, and guns came. Canada, gun violence. It could be out of drugs and gang violence too, but at the end of the day, to summarize my video, I wanted you guys to know why I came and why he and I talked and we decided to work together, because a lot of people are tweeting, don't trust that woman, okay? And even my side, they're saying, look at the person that said you're wanted in America, you run away from the law. So now that we've told you, social media has a lot to do with what fueled all this stuff. And by the way, I am for the social media bill. Sega is not for the social media bill. Somebody tweeted me about this morning. The reason I'm for the social media bill, okay, is a couple of things. Let me just wrap this up, because there is a cybercrime law. I don't want it to duplicate the social media bill. It's two different things, guys. In Port Harcourt prison, I met a lot of people. Okay, remember that case, the journalist case that had me arrested in 2017? I was arrested 3 times. I spent 6 months in prison. None of you can spend time in prison. You go ask Naira Marley and all the Yahoo boys, allegedly, they'll tell you that it's not a place you want to be, and you should stop telling people you'll go back to prison. Okay, there's a lot in prison. I'm writing a book. It's not ready yet. There are kidnappers, and they operate on Facebook. That's social media. Many of the kidnappings you see start on Facebook. Chioma Vincent. Okay, she's still in the prison, and she gave me authority to tell her story. Okay, she sets up jobs on Facebook. Credible website. It's in a group. She'll post the jobs. You'll call her. She'll tell you, send your resume. Once your CV gets to her, she'll tell you, oh, you're really qualified. Come on in. Go to number 4 Brown Street. You get to number 4 Brown Street. They open the door for you. You see an office. You sit in the lobby. You go into the Oga's office to start your interview. 2 men come out of the room, the toilet, and they get you at gunpoint. Hand over your phone, your money, tell your people you've been kidnapped, and put 1 million in our account. It's very easy. Some of you don't get lucky. They'll cut your head off and you go straight to the cultist and the ritualist. I'm Kemi Olunloyo. Social media needs to be clarified in the bill passed. Thanks for listening.